What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Happy Friday. I'm Hayley Lewis, and this is Chiefs News Daily. The Chiefs got their newest bling last night. Patrick Mahomes showing off his 3 Super Bowl rings with teammates Thursday night at the Nelson Atkins Art Museum here in Kansas City. Now, we're going to take a peek at the latest ice, plus wrapping up minicamp coverage with some pressers and some updates. First, give us a like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel, and let's get into it. All right, minicamp for the reigning Super Bowl champs is officially in the books. It is summer vacay for the Chiefs until they meet back up at the end of July for training camp. Now, let's go through some of the housekeeping off the top first. We want to give you the latest injury updates coming out of mandatory minicamp. Tuesday, the first day of minicamp, 3 players were absent. It was left guard Joe Thuney, defensive end BJ Thompson, and kicker Harrison Butker. In addition, 3 other players were in attendance, but not wearing helmets. Those players include wide receiver Xavier Worthy, defensive end Charles Omenihu, and defensive tackle Derek Nottie. Now, Wednesday, 2 players were absent from practice. That was BJ Thompson and Joe Thuney. Now, Thompson, of course, to be expected after suffering a seizure and going into cardiac arrest last week. Thompson was released from the hospital just 4 days ago, his agent confirming that he's doing well. Now, Thuney, on the other hand, he was absent due to that pec injury. Kicker Harrison Butker was back after missing Tuesday due to some illness. Linebacker Leo Chanel and corner Jalen Watson were limited for the second day in a row. Now skip ahead to Thursday. This is the final day of camp. This was on yesterday. Head coach Andy Reid giving an official injury update. Now, Joe Thuney was absent from field work during OTAs and minicamp due to that pec injury he sustained during the playoff run last season. Reid said he expects him to be good to go come the regular season unless there's any unforeseen issue. Xavier Worthy, who tweaked his hamstring early on, is expected to start training camp on time, according to head coach Andy Reid. Defensive lineman Derek Nottie has been dealing with a tricep injury from last season. He was sidelined during OTA practices, but Reid said he is, quote, doing well. Linebacker Leo Chanel, again limited on Thursday. Reid said that was a back injury. Defensive end Charles Omenihu was not mentioned by Reid specifically on Thursday, but the local media confirms he's expected to start camp on the PUP list after suffering that ACL injury that kept him out of the Super Bowl last season. Now, Jalen Watson, who underwent offseason labrum surgery, is participating in position drills during OTAs, but he was not scrimmaging. No update specifically from head coach Andy Reid on that one. With all the nitty-gritty out of the way, let's get to the pressers. Head coach Andy Reid up first on Thursday after the conclusion of mandatory minicamp. Big Red saying the new guys have done well so far, and he's really pleased with this offseason's work. Specifically, Reid shared Mahomes and Hollywood Brown getting along just fine. He said there's good communication there, which is where all greatness begins on the field.
Yeah, as a coach, you look for the communication part of it. Are they willing to share what they're thinking with one another? And they've got a good connection with that part of it. They're talking, and once Patrick knows what Hollywood's thinking, and Hollywood kind of knows where Patrick physically can get the ball to in location of the field, not as much depth as location of the field, then that's a good thing.
Now, greatness doesn't just naturally come, even if you're a 3-time champ like Patty Mahomes. Reid spoke Thursday about how QB1 is really taking some time to prep for the upcoming season by testing out some new things in camp.
Really, in this camp, and I always explain this to the quarterbacks, is that this is the time to find out what you can get away with in the pass game. So there are going to be interceptions that take place, but that's okay. Right now, you're testing things, and then as you go through camp, as camp goes on, then you start refining it, and hopefully you have the opportunity to do it on every route. Now, is that possible? Probably not, but at least the ones that you haven't done a lot of, and so we're always feeding Patrick new things, and that's to help challenge him because he likes that, and it also makes us better. So he gets in there and he's trying to work with these new routes against all these different coverages that Spags is throwing at you. So it's a nice challenge there.
As for the coveted questions surrounding the left tackle position, well, Big Red says the competition there is good and training camp is really going to tell who is pulling ahead.
Listen, they've both done a nice job. So I like the production that we've seen from both of them. Both of them are young guys. So we'll just see how it all finishes up through camp. It's good competition. We're going to end up playing the 5 best guys, and we'll go from there. But we'll just see how it all plays out.
And now we get to hear from QB1 himself, Patrick Mahomes. Now, we know QB1 is always locked in, but this year it seems even more than years past.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, it's nothing you can be scared of, but at the same time, I mean, that's not the mentality. It's a brand new season. I've dealt with it a couple times now, and we know it's going to be every week's going to be a big week. We start off with some great opponents early in the season, so you just have the mentality of just getting yourself better, and in order to win, you have to get better and better every single year, and that's the mentality you have to have.
Adding on to that, he says this year the defense has come in hot, and it really raises the level of competition for everyone.
Yeah, I think this is probably the most comfortable I think I've felt of just being able to not let something, I guess, affect me. I mean, when you go up against Spags, you're not going to be right 100% of the time, and there's been times where I've lost on blitzes, and Spags gets me with the new pressure that he's working on, and I think it's just being able to, all right, we'll just get the ball in my hand, get it to the check down or wherever that is, and then live to play another play, and I think that's just something I've felt more comfortable with. And then I think it's been cool that we've been trying, like Coach Reid's back to my old days, he's forcing me to push the ball down the field. If I don't, he throws little jabs at me, like, oh, you want to throw the check down here? And I'm just like, I got you, Coach. We're going to push it. And so it's been fun. It's been a great camp. And like I said, I love the competing. I think that's been the biggest thing, is competing both sides of the ball. It has been awesome.
Now, Coach Reid did talk about Mahomes and Hollywood, and we even got to hear Patrick's opinion on the new duo as well. Pat says the relationship on and off the field continues to get better every single day, and Casey doesn't really know how lucky they are to have a talent like Brown in town.
No, I memean, he's done a great job. I mean, it's hard to learn this offense. I feel like he's done a great job picking it up very fast. And then obviously you see the ability. Honestly, I don't know how he's here in our place because of how talented he is. And I can just see that it's going to be a great season for him. And it's going to take pressure off other guys. And I think it's going to help get Trav open, help get Rasheed open. It's going to help get all these guys open because you're going to have that speed threat that can run routes and do all those different things. So I'm very excited to get him out there in the regular season.
So this concludes the Chiefs off-season program. The team is now going to be off for the next 5-ish weeks until training camp kicks off at Missouri Western State University. Let us know in the comments below your biggest takeaways from minicamp and who you look forward to watching come training camp. Well, last night was nothing short of spectacular. The Chiefs, dare I say, they had their annual ring ceremony, right? It took place at the Nelson Atkins Art Museum here in Kansas City. Now, the team awarded their Super Bowl LVIII rings after defeating the 49ers in overtime this past February. Now, the rings are designed by Jostens, totaling in 14.8 carats, consisting of 528 diamonds and 38 rubies. US Weekly breaks down the design, saying the center of the ring features the Kansas City Chiefs logo at 16 red rubies, symbolizing the 16 division championship titles the team has attained in its history. The team's signature white arrowhead has been filled with 50 diamonds. That represents the Chiefs' scoring ability at home. The Chiefs outscored opponents in their home stadium by 50 points overall in the 2023 season. At the sides, it says World Champion. It's spelled out with 109 diamonds, 39 representing the 39 touchdowns scored in 2023, and 70 paying tribute to the points scored in the 3 playoff games before the Super Bowl. Other details include champion years on the band and the phrase back-to-back, representing the Chiefs' 2022 and 2023 victories. The ring opens up and it shows the game-winning play drawn up by head coach Andy Reid in his own handwriting. The ring even plays tribute to the Hunt family, specifically the late Norma Hunt. Both Lamar and Norma Hunt's initials are featured in a yellow-gold football that matches the Chiefs' AFL jersey patch. Now, the ceremony marks the turning point of a new season. Kansas City has now placed last season in the past and is full steam ahead, focusing on that three-peat. Drop in the comments below what you think about the Chiefs' newest ice and which Chiefs Super Bowl ring is your favorite. Well, all right, folks, that does it for another episode of Chiefs News Daily. We're actually going to be taking a break after tonight's episode. The Chiefs are going to be off until training camp, so we are as well. Chiefs News Daily is going to return 1 week before training camp kicks off in July, so take a breather. Make sure you join us when we're back here, and as always, like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. Have a great rest of your Friday. Enjoy your break and your breather, and we'll see you back in July.